What's up, everybody? It's your girl Egyptsia, and we are back at it again with another week of talking about my fitness journey where you are getting fit with Egypt. So I decided to pull out the ponytail, and because it just gives me such a feeling of just feeling sexy and just like this alter ego, because I don't normally wear it, but when I do, I just feel incredibly juicy. So I figured I think it would be a great thing to talk about your fitness journey and your self-esteem. So when it comes to self-esteem, I think I'm like every other woman where this is something that we can't really get away. It's definitely a topic that's very multidimensional. It's not a very one-size-fit-all type of topic, because every woman, every person that goes through a self-esteem journey, it's their story just varies from person to person. So I think, when it comes to confidence and self-esteem, when it comes to your fitness journey, a lot of times when we decide to get our health in order and do things for ourselves, it's because a lot of times our confidence gets shot. And a lot of times it's because you don't feel great in what you wear, and you're tired of always being that person who's always hiding behind the camera, or if you're in front of the camera, you feel like you gotta suck in, tuck in, you gotta look at every single photo because you feel like if an inch of fat is showing, you don't want to post it because you feel so self-conscious about what you look like. And I think that it was really a thing to really talk about, because my partner and I were actually having this conversation about a week or two ago about just even in the realms of just a relationship. How confident do you feel in that? Where's your self-esteem and what you look like? How does that play in your relationship? So it kind of had me thinking like, I think the next video should really be about my self-esteem within this process of getting fit. So I always like to take you guys back to way back into the hint of time when I was a young girl. So growing up, yes, of course I was active. I was a very social child. I was, loved being around people, very outspoken, sometimes not that great. I definitely had a mouth in a way until, I kind of got it together. So growing up, of course, as I stated on my first video, I was a super active child. I did cheerleading, I did all those things, but let's kind of get away from all of that. When it came to how I saw myself, I actually didn't see myself. I actually didn't think that I was attractive at all. I never found myself as a beautiful girl. Even though everyone would tell me that I was beautiful, I didn't feel that way. And a lot of that, was because of media. We constantly saw, in the early 2000s, the girls who were lighter skinned where they were, maybe they're black, maybe they're not, or just completely white women. Honestly, you didn't really have that many people that were in media, on TV shows, or anything of that matter that were, the color of my skin. And then also being picked on because I was darker. That definitely played a role in how I felt about myself. I definitely internalized a lot of things that I would hear growing up from other kids, because y'all know kids are so cruel, especially in school. So of course, it took me a lot of years to figure out that, I actually was, a pretty girl. And not only was I a pretty girl, but my heart was even better. Honestly, I feel like who I am as an individual and as a person actually is greater than what I look like on the outside. But I always criticize myself the most when it comes to my looks, my weight, the roles, and everything. I think even throughout this journey, the biggest thing that I got with gaining weight was that I didn't feel sexy at all. I didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel wanted. And even now with losing some of the weight and starting to get in shape, I got on the scale and gained 5 pounds, totally freaked out all the way. And I had to really sit with myself and say, with this, your body yo-yos with between 3 to 5 pounds. This is definitely a normal process. But I was so hard on myself because I just want to look as perfect as I can, even though I know that perfection is something that you cannot attain. Because the minute that you get to your goal, you're gonna try to find something else that's wrong, and then you're not even enjoying the body that you're in. And when I was in my greatest shape, which is honestly, God, I wish I had enjoyed my body so much more. I wish that I had appreciated, how good I looked because I worked so hard for it, but I didn't because I didn't have the right self-esteem. And through this process is definitely why I feel like this one is going to be different, not only because I'm documenting it and I am speaking to you guys about it and putting it out there, but also because I'm much older and more mature and realizing that I just want to be, in the best health that I could be, because that's what's important. Eventually I want to be a mother and I want to be able to run around with my kids, and I don't want to blow up like a whale after I have kids, and if it happens, then I need to be okay with that. I think trying to find the space of where you are okay with yourself and how you look, no matter what season you're in life, is so important, and I'm learning that through this process. Sometimes when someone tells me, that, oh, I'm gorgeous and I'm pretty and everything, sometimes I'm like, oh, thanks, and it's almost in a way where it's bad to say. Sometimes I don't know how much I believe it, but when I see the beat and the godness and the ponytail, definitely helps. So one thing I am learning is that I have to be okay with where I'm at currently and not being so hard on myself throughout this process. But it is so hard because I just want to get there already. And honestly, this is why me starting to put it out there to everyone, because I know a lot of times we don't talk about the hard part of the fitness journey, the emotional part, the part that makes you want to cry. There's times where I have working out, I've been in the middle of working out, and I have just laid on the floor and just kind of cried because I would feel at such a disadvantage that I have to, I don't want to say kill myself, but really work myself to the core to get to the body that I want. And meanwhile, some people could just walk around and just eat yo-yos and ice cream all the time and, be perfectly slim. But I have to realize that this is a marathon and not a race. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and can't wait to see you guys next week. And also, definitely will be adding more things to this channel, and hope you guys tune in. With life and with love.